this is a resume review, and I am a corporate recruiter, and this is a resume of a site reliability engineer. Now, full disclosure, I don't know if I've ever actually recruited for this position, but it looked like the keywords were relatively the same across all of them. So the person who sent this in is not unemployed yet, but may very likely be soon, which is not good. And they want to understand what format is working. Several people that he has trusted has given conflicted advice. A tech recruiter's eye would be greatly valued. So, and they also haven't been able to get a phone screen. So with the full disclosure that I have not actually done a site reliability engineer, I think I might have done it once like 3 years ago, but I don't even remember. I can at least tell you why you're getting conflicting advice, which this goes for everybody. Why the hell should you listen to me versus everybody else when everybody else is telling you different things? So the answer to that is job searching is really complicated. Where you are located, your individual geographic area in that, your level of experience, the type of jobs, the time of the year, yes, seriously, and a bunch of other things can all combine to give you a different advice. And my advice is not one size fits all. Nothing will ever be one size fits all in recruiting. I wish I could give that to you, but it does not exist. Mine is one size fits most. So the advice I give is going to work on about 70 to 80% of people or more, but there are going to be exceptions. And honestly, that is why you get conflicting advice, is everybody says, do this, but that only worked in a specific niche at a certain time of the year and a specific geographical location and for a job title. So this is broad spectrum advice. I wish I could drill down into everything, but the individual review would take 2 hours. So let's go right back to the actual review itself. So for site reliability engineer, what we're going to be looking for is your degree. Cloud, this is going to depend on the company. A lot of them wanted AWS. Some of them wanted like GCP or Azure. So just cloud, and then a couple of the side cloud stuff like ECT or EC2 for Azure. For AWS. EC2 for AWS and the equivalency for Azure and GCP. This one is big, was collaborated with stakeholders, internal and external. We want to make sure you can talk to people. Datadog was huge. That was in most of the job descriptions I have seen. I want to see Datadog on here. Datadog is huge. Infrastructure as code was in a bunch of them, along with Terraform. Helm was in a couple, so if you don't have that, that's just more of an extra credit. Stuff here was nice to have. So CI/CD, GitHub, Python, Go, Node.js, DevOps, and Docker. If you don't have them, that's okay, but it's nice to have. And then here, which I probably should have put higher, is Linux and Windows, which is important to have. So formatting-wise, this is not great. It's not the worst. I want to be clear. This is not, this is horrible, but it's not great. So what I want to see in formatting is this, all right? First, last name, phone number, email, LinkedIn, portfolio, whichever you choose. Art people are going to put portfolio. Most other people are going to put LinkedIn or Git if they're like software. Citizenship status, if you can. If not, then leave it blank. And city and state. So then I want to see your education and certs. Yes, education should go up top. Yes, I will fight on that hill. Education should go above work history in 99% of the cases, unless your degree is not related to the job you're applying for. Then we have work history, and then this. There should not be any double bullets, which is what you see here. So, but as I have said before, and I will say again, I would rather bad formatting than bad bullet points. So let's see if the actual content is good enough to move forward, regardless of the bad formatting, which is not good, but again, it's not like the worst. Site reliability and experience, improving reliability, scalability, blah, 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 blah. This can be completely deleted. I do not need it. Professional summaries are usually only needed when you change industries. So, August to present, again, I'm not going to talk about formatting. Define and maintain, service, SLOS. See, I might have found some of these keywords, but they weren't in everything. But Datadog is big. This is good. Monitoring using Datadog. That's awesome. Implement a custom black box trace analyst to measure performance. Architect deployed solutions, metrics, black box monitoring. I don't know if I saw those, but this may be my lack of understanding of the not industry of this particular part of site reliability engineer. But if it's not in the job description, it doesn't matter if it's on your resume. Led the implementation of Datadog. That's good. Pager duty. IT terms are weird. Edge computer log, manage 24 infrastructure. And this is solid because it has Linux and it's 24/7, which can be beneficial. Automated cloud governance in Azure, which is Terraform. Okay. Cloud. Again, this is, so here's my problem with this. This is not bad. I think overall this is like a super mid resume. because it's not even just formatting, but the bullet points. Like, I did see a little cloud, which was good. I did see Datadog, which is good, but I was missing infrastructure as code. Windows and Linux was all the way at the bottom, and it's possible they're going to miss that. I didn't see how you talk to stakeholders, either external or internal. I didn't see any of these. Again, I'm not going to go too harsh on this, but would be nice to see maybe one or two of those. But primarily, I didn't see infrastructure as code, which people may be yelling, oh, this means infrastructure as code. Cool. I don't know. Let's see. But yeah, this is okay. I need more, though. Participated in the response team clusters, critical infrastructure. This is fine. Led cross-functional teams in production. Yeah, this is kind of, you're missing a bunch of keywords. And again, the ones I'm highlighting, okay, if you don't have them, it'd be nice. But I would like infrastructure as code. I would like a little bit more about cloud and its side stuff. That should be up front. I want to see Datadog. I need to see your degree, which is, you just say bachelor's of science. I mean, if it's not related to IT, then okay, you don't need to necessarily put it. But your Kubernetes and AWS cert should also be in your education up at the top. Let's see. Yeah, it feels like you don't have enough here, and your bullet points are not great. So I'm not going to harp on this too much, but you do need to redo the formatting. You need to redo how you do the bullet points. They need to all be a what, which is the keyword qualification, how you did it, and why you did it. And you don't really have that there. And I really am missing stuff with stakeholders. They really want to know that you can work with other people. So if y'all like this type of resume review, please like, comment, and subscribe. Or if you need more help, join my not my YouTube channel, my Twitch channel. That's where I give this stuff live. This is where I find the keywords, is on my Twitch channel. It's at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of a senior iOS developer. So these were actually really hard to find the keywords, but I found a lot of commonalities with them, and what they are up top. So Swift, Objective-C, and Swift UI. Those are the main ones. I want to see a lot of those. Those were everywhere. REST API, REST, React, mobile architecture. This was a bonus, but like full stack, so HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I put React in twice, and TypeScript. Those are benefits. They're not in every one of them, but it's in a couple of them. Git, Agile, and CI/CD, Cloud, any of them. Again, it's going to depend on the type of cloud. So GCP, Azure, AWS, Potato, whatever. I hate IT terms. And MVVM and MVC. IT terms. All right. So this person's ratio is unknown. We just want to make sure they are having the right keywords. So they're on chat right now on my Twitch channel, and they went over a couple of things. This stuff all the way down here was actually under the same thing. So at this company is when they did this. I talked to them about that formatting, because the formatting of that should be a little bit different, but let's see if the keywords are also there. So use Swift and Objective-C. Perfect. Good, that's what we want. That's like the main one. Worked with AllKit, Swift UI, and hybrid applications. Again, good. Swift UI, wrote unit tests for using BDD. Developed MVC, MVM, and Viper using Agile, SOD, and Kanban. Good. Swift, good. I think there's a couple of things that I don't really need here. This one is good. This one is solid. These are pretty solid. I think this would actually kind of work. Yeah, I like this. I think we may be missing cloud. And again, this is a bonus, not required, but it's nice to have. So we don't want it everywhere, but we want one or two things. Again, it's a little off because of the formatting, which I told them how to fix before the video. And do I see REST APIs anywhere? I think I do I need this. I need REST API, REST and React. And if possible, throw in a Git and Agile and CI/CD, but most importantly, I think I'm missing these. So REST API, REST and React. I know they can probably be the same thing, but the recruiter may not know that. And cloud, and I think that's kind of all we're missing besides formatting. So overall, pretty solid. Also, this took like 20 minutes to find all these darn keywords and make sure it was right. So let's go to the next resume. This is the second time I've reviewed this resume, and after the first one, they used this particular resume to get them an internship. So this is a software engineering intern, and this is the resume that landed them an internship. They need basic knowledge of tech stack, so language, library, SQL, and cloud, ability to work with others, and take direction and criticism. After following my advice, they got a 1 in 40 ratio for an internship, which is crazy good. Again, internships are very competitive, so 1 in 40 is like kind of a mid ratio for other industries, but internships, that's really good. And they're going to go to another internship, and they just want to know if there's anything I should change about this beforehand. And probably not. 1 in 40 is solid, but let's see if we can't get really nitpicky with this one. So, software engineer at intern small, that's fine. Let's see. Developed a full stack web application using React, HTML, SAS, and JavaScript. That is good. Created RESTful API routes using Django and Python, connecting the application to a MongoDB database hosted on AWS. Good. Worked in an agile environment, implementing CI into the workflow, GitHub Actions. Attended weekly stand-up meetings discussing Trello tasks and taking note of feedback. Perfection. Is there anything I would change there? I think there should be a slightly bigger gap between these, but that is so minor that I don't even know if that's going to change the ratio. So, shift supervisor at large bean shop, which also, when I said this, chat went ballistic, and now they're talking about opening a large bean coffee shop. So, cultivated a collaborative work environment, ensuring smooth communication during shifts. I think this is actually too fancy, but again, we're nitpicking. I think, ensured would probably be better. Ensured a collaborative work environment by creating smooth communication, but then you're saying, sure, again, we're being very, very nitpicky here, because this is a successful resume. Attended weekly manager meeting, which discussed pain points and work together to create plans to improve those points, enabling high store rankings, resolve customer complaints. Yeah, this is great. In fact, if anything, I don't know if you need this here, because you kind of already go over it here. This shows that you can do it, so if anything, I don't know if this is needed. If not, I feel like it's written a little weird, but again, we're getting very nitpicky here. So let me move on. Developed an application, WPF, with structure. Yeah, this could help. Depends on it. MVVM and is probably not going to be very common, but they may want it. I know in iOS devs they do, because that was in the last one. MySQL. Oh, that might actually be what I was missing. I think SQL should maybe be here if possible, just to slot it in there, but otherwise it's fine here. In fact, I think I want MySQL, I like Docker, and it has cloud. If anything, maybe we switch these. And yeah, you can have the projects here. That's fine. That's not a huge deal, but it's typically it'll be here. It's not a big deal, and if it works, it works. So yeah, like, again, very minor complaints that I have, and these minor complaints are being me extra nitpicky. I don't know if those would even really change the ratio more than like from 1 to 40 to 1 in 39 to 38, but overall, good job. I am very happy this is working for you, and I love to hear success stories. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. This is a front-end software engineer resume. I don't know their ratio of interviews. I don't know anything else. They just said unknown and sent me this resume. So I don't know how good or bad this is going to be. What we're going to be looking for in front-end software engineer is JavaScript, React, Angular, JS, HTML, CSS, PHP, SQL, Scrum, Agile, RESTful APIs, SEO, WordPress, Git, Docker, Jira, Vue, Next, and bonuses are any extra languages such as Cloud, UI, UX, SAS, and TypeScript. So let's see. About me, I don't need to know. I don't need an about me section. I don't know why everybody includes summaries at the top. It's largely not needed unless you're switching industries. I'm a passionate software engineer. Everyone says this. Also, like, would you say I'm not a passionate software engineer? I'm sorry, like, every recruiter sees these in every single thing and they never change anything. So, large teams, okay, again, this can be safely deleted. Technical skills, this can be safely deleted or moved to the very bottom. If I don't see it under experience or projects, I don't really care as much. Again, high-level managers are the exception to that. Soft skills, nope. I'm not a fan of technical skill sections, but you should 1000% never have a soft skills section. You need to show me how you use those soft skills, or again, they don't count. So, is this bad? Yeah, but again, it wastes a lot of space, but at least you can immediately go down here. So, developed a user-friendly dashboard that consolidates the scattered data from multiple sources in a single interface, streamline experience for the user by leveraging React, micro front ends, and Tailwind CS. So, I have React and Tailwind CSS. Consultants to play the key role features, UI. Yeah, so this is a bad resume. You go all the way down here, and I only found, well, I only found 2 keywords, which was 3 keywords, which was, I have to find them again. I know, which was React, Tailwind, and CSS. Well, Tailwind CSS is that. So, and is there anything else? No, that's it. Yeah, so this is not good. I need this stuff. I need this stuff here. I need to see you use it. I need to see how and why. It just doesn't count. Acquired an X role as a front-end engineer, in-house website. This is okay. Developed an in-house website for one of our subsidiaries using Next.js, React, and GraphQL. This is what I want to see. I want to see, why is this the only good sentence you have? This is the only good sentence in this entire thing. I'm not trying to be cruel here, but like, this is going to get you rejected, at least in the United States. I don't know what it's like in the Netherlands. The Netherlands may be very different. I have never recruited for the Netherlands. It could be functionally different. This might be a perfect Netherlands resume. I don't know. But in the United States, this is going to get tossed out. You have barely anything. You only have like 2 keywords that you wrote how you used it, and it's all the way at the bottom. I need this stuff, which you got most of it. There's a couple of extraneous ones. I need it here. Also, your education should be at the top. If you, yeah, this should be at the top as well. Education should be at the top. You don't need your associate's degree if you graduated with your bachelor's, though. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, this, no one's going to go down that far. Languages are good, though. You should have your languages up top. Knowing English, Spanish, and Dutch is a huge benefit, but you kind of did everything you could to make this resume harder to read and lowering your chances based on the format. I'm not trying to be cruel, but like, that's the big issue, is I need this stuff to be here. I need your formatting to look like this. You can put a language section under this, which is beneficial. Languages are always beneficial to have. If you speak multiple languages or an omniglot, it's always good. It will not change your ratio in some jobs, but even if you don't have all the skills, if a recruiter sees that and they need somebody with that language, huge, huge plus. So this definitely does not fly. I barely find anything I needed. I could not send this to the hiring manager. The hiring manager would send it back and be upset with me. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of a software engineer. Actually, it should be backend, I think, but I don't know. So normally they said backend. Normally I'd be like, hey, you need to tell me what stack. The issue is this person is not in the United States. They are, they were actually referred to me by another streamer, which is CM Griffing. He is really cool. You should all check him out on Twitch. And what they said is they're having trouble finding jobs more so than necessarily even applying to them. They've had 2 interviews in about a year and a half. So what I did before this resume was actually help them out on how to find jobs in Israel. That's where they are. So this resume is not going to be great, probably, and I'm going to be harsh on it, but a bigger issue was even finding jobs. So let's go with that, because they weren't able to find it. So again, I don't really need this. This is not needed. This is where your information would be. Hopefully it's just doxed for me. Education. And again, I've not recruited anywhere outside the United States. I've done 1 role in Canada once, and that does not make me an expert. So I'm only a United States recruiter. Hopefully I'll be able to break out in other places. Let's see. Diploma. I don't know how important these 2 are in the area, but I think these are. They should still be shrunken down to about 2 to 3 lines max. Experience, a network manager. Okay. Troubleshooting. Receipt scanner. This is, so here's kind of the issue. Also, if you can speak English, it should be up top, which is very beneficial. Always put your bilingual stuff or trilingual. This is the stuff I would want. And again, it's going to depend on the type of software engineer they pick, which they can find. But I need you to write it in a different way. I need you to write it how, okay? How and why you did this. So like, as an example, was probably the previous resume, is how to do it. But instead of a web application that uses OpenAI, I want to see built a web application using X and Y that scanned receipts in Hebrew and then used blankety blank to decide the next purchasing. So the resume is not good, but I don't know the market down there, but I really want it to be formatted like this, and I want its bullet points to be in the what, how, why. And I don't know if you were here for the League of Legends description, but I will teach you how to write good bullet points using League of Legends. I think that is the magnum opus of my teaching, and I will do that on stream because I don't really know how to do it on YouTube. So if you all want to join me, and thank you for join me on my Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. I am here to help. Submit your resumes, like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out, and I want to see you all get jobs.